All right, welcome. Today we're opening up an investigation, but not into a crime. We're investigating a feeling, a quiet, kind of haunting feeling of emptiness that can show up even when, by all accounts, you've already won.
It's such a quiet question, isn't it? It's not a shout, it's a whisper, and it usually arrives right after the celebration's over. You've crossed the finish line, the applause starts to fade, and then it hits you. Is this it?
So the central mystery we're really digging into here is this paradox of hollow success. It's that whole experience of getting exactly what you thought you wanted, only to find this profound, totally unexpected void waiting for you on the other side.
And let's be really clear, this feeling isn't about failing. Not at all. It's a symptom of a very specific kind of victory, the conventional kind, the one that looks fantastic on paper but feels, well, strangely weightless, almost transparent when you try to hold it. To really understand this feeling, we've got to examine the scene of the crime, so to speak. The whole context of our modern world has completely changed how we find meaning, and it's left this kind of purpose-shaped hole in a lot of our lives.
If this were a detective case, these would be the missing persons. For generations, these three pillars, a deep connection to a community, a real tangible sense of contribution, and a necessary, meaningful challenge. These were the foundations of a purposeful life. And now, for so many of us, they've just vanished.
Our lives have definitely become more comfortable, way more efficient, and honestly, a lot more isolated. In the process, we've sort of systematically engineered away the very things that used to give us a sense of purpose. The village got replaced by the social media feed. Tangible craft got replaced by abstract metrics. And real-world struggle? That got replaced by digital convenience.
But this is where the investigation takes a turn. There's a crucial clue that completely reframes the entire problem. It turns out it's not about finding a purpose that's been lost, but about building something new, something with real weight.
And this brings us right to the core concept, weight. Now, this isn't a burden. It's more like an anchor. It's the irrefutable proof of your own significance. A responsibility, a project, a relationship, basically anything that would completely stop if you stopped doing it.
And this contrast is just crucial. Hollow success feels light. It's always looking for applause, and deep down, anyone could probably take your place. But a life of weight? That feels substantial. It's driven by your own internal compass, and it's built on your unique, irreplaceable role. One is a performance, the other is your reality.
So how do you actually build this? Well, it starts by identifying a responsibility that only you can really shoulder. Then you create something around it, a system, a project, maybe just a promise. And finally, and this is the most important step, you commit to keeping it going. You have to become its sole, indispensable engine.
And this brings us to the final stage of our whole investigation. We've gone from analyzing the problem to really understanding the solution. So now, the focus shifts entirely to you.
The most important point is this. Purpose is not some treasure you're going to unearth. It is a structure that you have to build, brick by brick. It's a deliberate act of creation in a world that is constantly pushing us toward passive consumption. And that is the answer to that empty feeling.
So that's the case we're closing today. And it leaves us with one final and totally unavoidable question. It's the one that truly defines the weight of your life. If you stop tomorrow, what stops with you?